Dun, 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 dun.
What is that? Like British theme song or what? Is that when the Queen comes in? Huh?
That doesn't sound familiar to you?
Is that when the Queen appears
Oh
in front of the
God.
building, in front of North Hampshire building or whatever she's from? Oh,
North
Buckingham Palace.
Hampshire?
And then she's like, "Hello, citizens of Britain.
Okay.
I'm Queen Elizabeth."
This episode is gonna suck.
No biz.
You're listening to Know This, a podcast where two friends test each other on random trivia topics that we find interesting. But really, it's just us hanging out, and maybe we'll learn a thing or two. I'm Clint.
I'm Jeremy.
So, Jeremy, the Summer Olympics. Know this?
What the? I don't remember that song at all.
Come on, that's how they start off. Whatever.
That's how the British started off. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's not how the British started. You know what? I'm gonna look for it. I'll play it. It's
There's
familiar
not.
to you.
I mean, you did the research, but I believe that there is no universal Summer Olympics theme song. Okay.
Summer Olympic song. Oh wait. Oh, this is it. Come on. It's the Olympics.
Okay. Play it again. Start from the beginning.
Okay, from the beginning. Are you gonna do a rap?
Oh, Britain, I love you. Oh, London, you are amazing, and you are Britain.
How does this?
Doesn't that not sound like
British?
a UK?
No.
From what I'm hearing, okay, it's either that or it's like, oh, Canada.
Oh,
it's like the
God.
same stuff, man. They're all the same.
Well, yeah, we're learning about Summer Olympics today, but before we talk about the Olympics, what's up with you?
Boy, it is winter right now, man. We in the middle of November.
I was gonna do the Winter Olympics, but we all know what is the superior Olympics.
Oh yeah, no one cares about the Winter Olympics.
But I might do a part 2 with the Winter Olympics. But anyways,
Yeah, I mean, Summer Olympics was supposed to happen, so I kind of wish it did. I mean,
it will.
Are they really going to do 2021 Olympics?
They're planning to. They moved it. And
okay.
With the vaccine news, it's looking good, man. Why are you shaking skeptical. Your head? Why? You don't believe in Operation Warp Speed?
Hey man, dude, I don't believe in vaccines, you know?
What's happening here?
I ain't about that autistic life.
Okay, I need to hang up this call. Ooh. Okay. Well,
I'm just kidding.
It's good times, Jeremy. The election just happened for our American fans. I'm having a good time. I don't know if you're having a good time. You're having a good time, right? Yeah.
Bro, I just wish, that now who's going to make America great now, dude?
Stop it.
Hey, but Rudy Giuliani at the Four Seasons landscaping. I could have sworn that it was like an Onion article or something where it was like completely fake.
Yeah, I was like, is this a sitcom? Is this like a story for your sitcom? Like Parks and Rec could have an episode like this.
Any sitcom would have had that. It would have been hilarious, dude.
But they went with it though. They just went with it. They're like, all right.
It's because you stuck, dude. I mean, they were going to do a press conference, so they had to do one.
Oh man.
I know is that whichever intern it was, they got fired ASAP, dude.
And then like whoever the receptionist is at the Total Landscaping place is just like, you want to hold a press conference? All right.
I feel like their business probably went up the roof, dude.
Yeah. Up the roof, landscaping. That was the best thing to come out of the election was Four Seasons Total Landscaping.
That's the cherry on top.
Oh man. Well, anything else? You good? How are you?
No, I'm good. I'm chilling, dude. We get into winter, man. It's winter territory now.
Is it getting cold?
Oh, it's getting real cold, dude.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's Christmas season. I'm saying it right now.
It
Dude.
is.
I'm ready.
After
I'm ready for
Halloween, I started listening to Mariah Carey. That's always my thing. This year is a little different, but it's fine.
I feel like Mariah Carey gets more money from her Christmas music than any of her other music.
Yeah, man. Every Christmas season, her song goes back to the charts.
Yeah. I mean, they damn good though. Don't want a lot for Christmas.
Okay. Nope. We don't want to get Mariah, if you're listening. Don't be embarrassed to tell your friends that you're listening to a podcast about trivia topics. It doesn't hurt. Come on, Mariah.
Girl, get on this podcast.
Please. Okay. Well, enough about Mariah. Let's talk about the opposite of Christmas. This is summer. And summer.
That's what I was saying, man. What a weird topic to do at this time.
We don't go with the times. We are, what is that? What is the
It's
word?
the son of the times.
No.
No.
We are trailblazers that go against the. Okay, you know what? Let's talk about Summer Olympics. Okay, what do you know about the Summer Olympics, Jeremy?
All right. So it happens every 4 years.
No,
No,
it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
The
it
Summer
does.
Olympics? God, who did the research here? Who's supposed to be the smart one right now?
The
Come on,
Olympics
Clint.
happen every 2 years, but okay, I'm sorry.
There's a reason why there's a stigma with you, Clint.
What's the stigma?
Every time I have to be like, yo, don't worry, guys. Clint's getting a PhD, okay? He's supposed to be the smart one.
Yeah, okay. Summer Olympics every 4 years.
Yeah, so it's every 4 years. So like it's supposed to be on 2020. I think it's like the biggest professional sports competition because it involves every single country. It's a big deal. I don't know if athletes get paid, but I think it's really important for you to get these medals and stuff because it kind of helps athletes get more recognition so they can get more like deals and stuff like licensing and get money that way. I know Michael Phelps, I think, is the world record for the most medals ever or something like that. He's my boy because I did swimming in high school. And
What? This is brand new information.
Can't believe this.
So you didn't have Olympics aspirations when you did swimming?
No, God, I was not that good. I was such a slacker, dude.
Well, I think there was a past sport in the swimming category in the past Olympics that you would have done well in. This is my favorite.
What, drowning?
Oh, it's close. We'll talk about it. It's my most favorite thing that I've read up on in this podcast.
Okay, I can't wait. I have no idea. I have literally no idea what it is.
It's so funny. Anyways, but yeah, you're right. The Olympics is like the biggest event for sports in the world, and it involves a lot of countries. It doesn't involve each country. Some countries don't have the money to participate. It is expensive, and athletes around the world train up since they're little to train up to become Olympic athletes. So the International Olympic Committee, which is the IOC, which is in charge of the whole thing, they don't give out prize money for their medals, but countries do, like for their athletes. So for example, like the US will give like the last known one was like about $40,000 for a gold medal.
Damn, really?
20 something $1,000 for each silver, and then for bronze is 15,000.
Oh, it makes sense. You want a cash incentive to actually get people to want to win and stuff too.
I love the Olympics. Yeah. It's my favorite thing to watch. And
same.
Yeah.
I don't watch any other sports competition ever, except for the Summer Olympics. Like maybe I watch the NBA, but like that's only because it's there and my family watches it.
But yeah, the Olympics really known for their, opening ceremony. Like the best one I could name is like China's. That was so good. London didn't follow so good after.
You just had a flying queen. That's it. You remember that?
Oh yeah. Didn't James Bond
no
jump
it was
off?
Like Lady Gaga or something?
No, that's the Super Bowl.
Oh.
But yeah, for those who are new, I'm gonna ask Jeremy some questions about the Summer Olympics, and we're gonna see if he can guess the correct answers for my questions. And then after he gives me his answers, we're going to take a little break. We're going to get on with the answers, and we're going to end it with our special segment. What is it, Jeremy?
It is Fact from the Past.
Yep, that's right. So You guys gotta listen to the whole thing to get to that special segment.
Ooh, it's your favorite. We all know you. Come on.
Ooh, yeah, Mariah. Well, okay,
Let's get with
so
it. Let's do it.
yeah, Jeremy. So we're gonna talk about a little history, but really, what I'm gonna focus on is the sports
Okay.
events. So
Okay.
it's gonna be fun. So you ready for that first question?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So, who in 1927 won the gold medal? Just kidding.
Michael Phelps.
1927?
I was,
No, we're not gonna. I was just kidding. That was just a warm-up question. But we are gonna focus on the beginning of the Summer Olympics. So they call it the Modern Olympics. So in ancient Greece, there was Olympic Games. They called Ancient Games. That was they think it was held at
they called it the
least.
ancient games back then.
Yeah.
They were like, we know this is going to be a long time from now, but we're going to call this the ancient games.
But they think it was held between 776 BC and 393 AD. That is a long time ago. All right. We're going to talk about the Modern Olympics. And when do you think that happened and where?
I'm going to say 1872 at Greece.
Okay. Do you have a city in mind?
Is Greece not a city?
Oh, God. Oh, Lord.
Bro, I was talking about Rome for so long today because I was talking about how people use Latin. Yeah. And I was like, Rome's a city. So it's like, didn't Rome take over Greece? Like, we call them Romans and we call them Greeks.
Well, because it was called the Roman Empire. Greece is not a city. I'll tell you that. Name a city in Greece.
That's even harder, man.
A famous city in Greece? Come on.
Athens.
Okay. That's a city. Yeah, it's a city. Good job. Ooh, I didn't think that was gonna be like that, Jeremy.
You didn't think it was gonna be this hard off the bat, huh?
No. I thought I was starting off with an easy question, but okay. Oh, Greece is not a city. Okay. All right. Well, I need to move on from that. So you think it started in 1872? How many sports did you think was in the first modern Olympics in 1872? 7. Okay.
7. Always.
Can you guess which ones?
Running.
Okay.
Just walking. It was just a bunch of people running, dude. All right, definitely. I think it's like track and field.
Okay.
Right, because like track and field, I feel like is like the OG. Because like anytime you see those like Greek, like Olympics or any of those like doing their athletic games, it's always them like shot putting or like throwing stuff, and that's where it came from, I think. So
yeah.
I'm gonna say track and field, and I'm gonna just say swimming. I don't feel like that was there, but I'm gonna say swimming anyways.
Why don't you think swimming was in the first Olympics? They didn't have water back then.
Nope. You didn't know they were allergic to water?
Yeah, allergic to water. What's your third sport? I'm sweating.
What are old sports? What's an old sport, Clint?
It doesn't have to be old. Like what if it's already always been in an Olympics? Like, like you don't have to think
what?
old.
Huh?
I'm not gonna tell you.
What?
like track and field.
I can't even think of Olympic sports anymore. Diving? Why not?
Okay.
Nah. They didn't have heights back then. God, I can't think of anything. The 1800s are like beyond me. Okay. I got this. Don't worry.
Oh God.
Okay. Fencing. Fencing's an old sport. Of course they had fencing. They had swords back then. That's their thing. And then I also think archery.
Okay.
I'll do one more. Let's do gymnastics.
I mean, that's only 5 sports, man. You have 2 more.
How many sports you want me to name?
All 7 of them. You guessed 7. What's the 7?
What if I guess 26, man? What if I guess 26?
26?
Bro, I don't even know if there's 26 sports now. Okay. Fine. I'm going to say soccer. Okay.
One more.
Another one. Singing.
Okay. Yes. American Idol was in the first.
Hey. Say with a straight face and tell me that that's not a sport, man. You know how much work goes into singing?
Yeah. Okay.
You know how much training goes into
Whatever.
singing, man?
All right.
That's some
Okay.
tough stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Tell me right now that Mariah Carey is not an athlete, okay?
Okay. No, I got it. I got it. I got it.
Tell
Okay.
me that she did not put in a lot of effort to get those whistle notes, okay? Come
All
on.
right. All right. Let's
Yeah,
move on.
and just like athletes, she passed her prime too, so she ain't
Oh.
getting those no more.
She's gonna stop listening to us. Mariah, please just hold on, Mariah. It's gonna get better. Okay, let's move on from the first modern Olympics and let's talk about the most recent Summer Olympics, which is the 2016 Rio Olympics, which was in Brazil. You said that there was 7 in the first one with sports. How many do you think was in the 2016 one?
26.
Okay. Can you guess?
No, don't.
Okay. And also, still with the Rio Olympics, what do you think was significant about having the Olympics in Rio? Something happened there for the first time.
I mean, it's probably the first time they ever had it at Rio. I know that they did it and like they kind of bankrupted Rio because it was the slums pretty much and it was pretty bad there. So, but I don't really know what you're looking for. I'm gonna say like it was the first time I was ever done in South America.
Okay. I didn't even know that Rio was in South America.
Yeah, but you knew Greece was a
Okay, everyone
country.
knows that Greece is a country. God.
You know, I'm joking. I'm joking. You know.
Sure, yeah. So we talked about all the sports that happens in Olympics or your guesses, but there have been sports that were part of the Olympics before that are not part of the Olympics now or the Summer Olympics now. So I have my like favorites, but can you just name like maybe 4 sports that were part of the Olympics back then but isn't part of it now? So you could like make up like some outlandish sports, but there's some pretty funny events.
Singing.
Okay. They only had it at the first one and they were like, it's too
Well,
hard.
because they were like, yeah, they're just like, you know, some of these countries, they don't got singers, okay? It's not worth for them to join.
Yeah, they're like, we don't want to hear the bad singers.
I mean, have you heard those Eurovision singers, okay? Some of them are straight trash, okay?
Move on from singing, man. We're talking
Some
about
of
the
them
Summer
are
Olympics
straight
here.
doo-doo, okay? God, okay, you said something about swimming, so I kind of want to be like dog paddling, maybe.
Okay. Like,
I don't know. What else would it be for swimming?
What would happen in that event? Like the fastest, just dog paddling fastest to the finish line kind of
dog
thing?
paddling.
Okay.
Yeah, like you always have to keep, because dog paddling, hey, there's a
It's
technique
hard.
to it.
It's
'Cause
hard.
Dog paddling, you have to keep your face always above the water.
Yeah.
But you still gotta,
And you can't
use
reach out your arms because so you gotta. Okay.
That's not a dog.
All right, dog paddling.
Imagine like they all had to wear costumes and stuff too.
Stop.
What else was weird? Are these things that I might have heard of?
I don't know what you know.
There's like probably like some type of like slapping competition or something where they just try to slap each other hard enough.
We did this. This is a big hint, but we did it in like grade school.
Foursquare.
What's Foursquare?
Foursquare was like this game that like there's basically it's like one big square and there's like 4 segments in it, and you have one kid in each segment, and you're basically trying to hit the ball into the other person's square, and then have it bounce off of it into the outer bounds afterwards.
Oh. That's weird.
It's more fun than it sounds.
Yeah, I played handball.
Wall ball.
You call it wall ball? What did we talk about here?
Did you use a wall?
Yeah, you hit the ball.
That's called wall ball, man. Why is it called handball? There's a real sport called handball.
There is?
Yeah, like soccer, but it's with hands.
Ew.
It's true.
I see it. What? I'm imagining it. It looks so dumb. Just people trying.
No, like you can hold on to the ball, I think, and stuff. But yeah, you try to like throw it into a goal.
Isn't that just rugby?
No, but rugby, you're not throwing it into a goal.
You watch rugby. You were in Australia. Is it as confusing as it looks?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. That's all I needed to know.
No, dude, you know what's fun is Australian football.
What's that?
It's not rugby. It's not football. Their field is a straight circle, dude.
Okay.
And you can punch the ball.
Oh.
You can kick the ball and you can punch the ball. It was exciting, dude. It was fun. That was my favorite time there.
All right.
Yeah, see, handball is an actual sport.
Handball was a sport when I was in middle school.
Did you ever play with like special rules, like rainbows and stuff?
I don't remember much.
You can duck under the ball and call rainbow, and then you don't have to hit the ball then.
Yeah.
And
God,
stuff
we
like
were
that.
so dumb.
It's not called handball. It's called wall ball, man.
Okay. I don't know who called it.
There's a sport called handball. You can't name another sport called handball if there's already another
We're
one.
gonna put a Twitter poll and see what you called it as a kid. Was it wall ball or was it handball?
You say that, Clint, but I feel like you didn't do it the other time. So
I did it once. No one voted. Come on, guys. Get on Twitter. What are we talking about? This is moving on too long. Let's move on.
Let's just say wall ball and tetherball. Those were things that we used, that we played, that were sports.
Okay. Wait, you added another sport. Okay.
Why not? I'm
All
into
right.
it.
Tetherball. Okay.
Give me some
Okay.
extra points.
All right. Well, that's all for my questions, Jeremy. How you feel?
I have nothing to base it on, so I feel pretty good.
All right. Well,
like I'm pretty happy.
Okay, that's good. Let's find out how you did after this break. Let's get to your answers and see if you were right or wrong.
Let's do it.
You didn't do bad, man. You did pretty well. I'm proud of you. Well, you weren't like correct for any of them, but you're like really close.
Oh, okay. I'll take it.
Really close.
I'll take it.
You were correct for some sports, though. That's it.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
Give me the answers. Let me see.
Okay. Here we go. So they had like Olympic Games before back in ancient Greece, but I wanted to ask you when the first modern Olympics happened and where it happened.
Yeah.
And your guess was that it happened in 1872 in the city of Greece.
Hey, you don't know. Back then, it could have been a city, man.
No, it was never a city.
There's New York, the state, and there's New York City. Maybe there's a Greece city.
Don't stop. Stop trying to
Have
make Greece
you been
city
to Greece?
No.
Who knows?
But
there could
no
be a
Greece
city.
Okay, you know what? Yeah,
there could be.
There could be. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So your guess was in 1872 in Athens, Greece. And you're correct that it was in Athens, Greece. Good job.
Nice.
And you were really close with the year. It happened actually in 1896.
Oh,
so you were like
I was kind of
20
close.
years, a little bit more than 20 years. So you were really close. The first modern Olympics happened in Athens, Greece from April 6 to April 15 in 1896.
Okay.
And during that, there were 14 nations that participated, and there were 241 athletes. They were all men, of course.
Classic. White men.
Yeah. Yeah. And the first ever Olympic champion was actually an American named James Connolly.
We were part of this?
Yes, 1896. We were a country already.
Well, you only said there was 14 countries. I would have thought it was just like Europe or something.
The Americans wanting to be in everything. So but he won the triple jump event.
See, like,
is that just
jumping
track and field times, or I don't know?
It's like honestly, like, think about it. Like, I have nothing against them. I watch them.
I like the running ones.
Yeah. It's like, if you think about it, it's like, ooh, who can run like 100 meters the quickest? Like it's like
that's cool, man. You're like considered the fastest man in the world. That's pretty cool.
But like triple jump, come on, you're jumping three times.
You're just jumping 3 times, and they measure.
You couldn't just jump once. And like hurdles, man. Why did they have to make one with hurdles? Why did you have to do running with hurdles?
They gotta make it harder.
No, you already have a running one. And in the running with hurdles, you don't have to jump on the hurdles. You know that, right? You could just push them down. There's no regulation.
Well, that slows you down.
It does, but like you don't need to. That's exactly. It's like, what's the point?
All right, okay,
let's do a running run.
All right, so before we
I'm the fastest one if there are boulders in front of me. I'm the fastest runner if it's a tough terrain.
Okay, we get it. We get it. You hate track and field. Let's move on.
And then field, shot put, you're just throwing things. It's just who can throw. And shot put, you can't even throw like a regular person. You have to throw with just like straight. You can't throw like a baseball.
Well, it's got to be whatever.
There's restrictions against that.
Well, you can't really throw that as a baseball. It's too heavy. You're going to break your wrist. Okay, you know what? Don't hate on our track and field athletes here. So let's move on. And we're still going to talk about the first Olympics. And I asked you, what sports do you think was in there? And how many of them was in the first one? So your guess was 7, and you're really close. The correct answer was 9. There was 9 sports at the first modern Olympics. And your guess for which sports they had was pretty good. So they did have track and field. It's actually not called a track and field. It's called athletics. That's what it's still called today. It's called athletics.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's kind of weird. Whatever. But they did have water. They had swimming. So you're correct.
Oh, they did. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. They had swimming. They also had fencing. So you got that one.
Yeah, there it is. I'm just trying to think of the old ones.
They did not have archery, though. They did have gymnastics. They did not have soccer or football. They didn't have that.
Yeah,
which I'm kind of surprised. I don't know how old football is actually, though. So singing was not one. Unfortunately, you were wrong there. That would have been a great Olympic sport. I would pay to watch that.
Oh, imagine if they had to sing while doing exercise.
Or fencing.
It's track and field singing. Oh,
that's a sport right there. But yeah, so the rest of them that you missed, there was cycling, shooting.
I was thinking about that, but
not
that's why I
at
said
people,
archery instead.
But
it was like whoever's the last one to survive.
Tennis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang.
I was surprised
I thought about that,
too.
but I was like, tennis isn't that big, right?
It's pretty old. Yeah.
Do they even have tennis still?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, they do.
I don't watch tennis.
It's not as popular anymore. It's not as popular as like the regular
Wimbledon.
Tennis. Yeah, like Wimbledon or US Open. I don't know why. But yeah, tennis is one. Weightlifting was one. And the 9th one was wrestling. So you mentioned wrestling earlier, and it was actually in the first
I thought
one.
about that.
Yeah. So they were supposed to have sailing. They actually had sailboats ready, but they canceled it for some reason. I didn't find the reason why they canceled. They just said it canceled. So I don't know. So they were supposed to have 10 sports, but they had 9 because sailing was canceled. All right. So I didn't ask you in comparison to the first modern Olympics to the latest one, which was the 2016 Rio Summer Olympics. And I asked, how many sports do you think they had? And you said 26. And you were, again, really, really close. It was 28 sports.
Ooh, man. So that was a wild guess, too. Like, that one I pulled straight out of my butt. I had no idea.
Ew. Okay. Why do people say that?
No one's 25.
No one pulls things out of their butt. Okay. Why is that a saying?
You put crap out of your butt.
You don't pull it.
You know? Well, I mean, hey, you ever have one that's like really stuck there, but you don't want to clench it off? You ever eat a rope by accident and you're just like, how am I going to get that out?
No. Okay. Whatever. Okay. All right. So yeah, there was 26
you ever
sports.
Swallow a snake whole? You just got to like pull it.
Let's just end this episode, Jeremy. Come on. So there's 26 sports in the Rio Olympics. And then I asked what was so special about the 2016 Rio Olympics? Like, what was it the first time of? And then you kind of went on a ramble, but your thing was that it was the first time it was ever held in South America. And you are correct, man. It was the first time
boys.
The Olympics were ever held in South America. And I don't think it's going to happen again. I'm just kidding.
Honestly, though, like, it's not looking good.
Maybe another country, hopefully, but it was not great.
What's the most successful country in South America? Brazil?
I think they're the biggest.
Or like
maybe Peru? No.
Chile? Peru? I feel like maybe none of them actually do so hot. Maybe that's why they don't do it there, you know?
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Let's go to my favorite part. So I asked you, there has been sports that were part of the Olympics before that are not part of the Olympics anymore, or Summer Olympics. And I wanted you to give me some examples of maybe some sports that were part of it that aren't anymore. And your guess was, again, singing. Dog paddle, wall ball, or it's handball, but whatever. And
bro, it's wall ball. There's a wall.
No,
you call it wall ball.
Hand. You use your hands.
Every single sport except for even soccer, someone uses their hands. Okay,
but you just use your hands to hit the ball. Okay, you use the wall still. Whatever. You know what? Let's move on.
There it is.
Okay,
got it.
Well, all your answers are wrong, anyways.
Damn.
So I'm gonna name you my favorite ones. So my favorite one was called distance plunging. Can you guess what would happen in that event, Jeremy?
Okay, like I'm imagining that's part of the swimming one or something, but like it sounds like you guys are really far away from each other and you're trying to like unclog a toilet. That's what it sounds like.
No. Distance plunging is my favorite event that has ever happened. So basically, an athlete would dive into a pool and just coast underwater, float without swimming, and they would make this last for 60 seconds. And whoever or either 60 seconds or when you float up already. So you plunge, and then whoever goes the farthest is the winner.
That's what's the point? No wonder it's not a sport anymore.
Anyone could win that.
Yeah. That's why I was like thinking, I was like, I've done that. Like 60 seconds, I could do that.
You could be an Olympic athlete, Jeremy. I would pay to see this.
You know why they stopped it?
Why?
It's probably because like it was just whoever could do like the longest would win, and it got so boring to watch because everybody's just kind of in the bleachers, just watching an empty, silent pool of a guy who looks like they're drowning.
Yeah, is he gonna come up soon, or are we
yeah, like is he dead, or like like the commentators are just be like, okay, well, nothing's changed, guys. He's still underwater. Woo.
Well, that's when the 60 seconds come up. So I guess someone would be like, hey, come on now.
At 60. But like that means everyone gets the gold medal. Like
no, you have to go the furthest. Like further, not longest.
Oh.
60. The furthest from where you dove into the water. So really, who floats the furthest? That's basically it. Because you can't move your limbs or anything. You just float.
Oh, you can't even move your limbs?
No.
This is the most boring, dumbest sport I've ever heard of.
I would pay to see this. I would want to see
like
class athletes just
like this sounds like a sport that like I would do, you know? Like this is a sport that like I feel like you would do at a camp or something. Be like, all right, guys, we got to do it. Who's gonna do it the most?
You can just see a documentary. I have trained for this all my life. It's fucking just plunging into a pool. Oh man, but yeah, that was one of my favorites. They had other sports. They had tug of war, so that was what I was talking about, like what we did in grade school.
I feel like tug of war could definitely be a sport. Like I would watch that because there's strategy to it. You know, like I remember when you were doing like you got to know when to pull and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like if weightlifting can be a sport, I feel like tug of war definitely could be a sport.
Well, let's petition it to come back.
Yeah, they should have team weightlifting. You know, well, it's kind of like tug of war, you know, but like you know, they should have things where you're doing it as a group.
Okay. Another one was rope climbing. So whoever was the fastest to climb a rope, we did that in PE. So
yeah, I did that in PE too.
So I guess that was an Olympic sport for some time. They also had hot air ballooning. This one really confused me for some time. So basically what I got from the Wikipedia page is they would blow up a balloon. So it was called ballooning. Mm-hmm. The event was called ballooning. And they would just release it into the air. And whoever goes like the most distance, like some balloons went all over the world. So yeah. I don't know.
They're like, guys, I'm going. I can't stop.
No, there wasn't anyone in there. It was just
what? Wait, you're not even in the hot air balloon? No. What's the point? Are you kidding me?
From what I understood,
I was imagining.
From what I understood, no one was in the balloon. It was just a balloon, and they raised it, and it traveled, and you measured the distance. But I could be very wrong from what I understand.
Because I was imagining that was kind of like sailing, you know, where like you would be in the hot air balloon and you try to go to a distance first, you know?
No. Maybe there is a person that would make sense. Maybe there is. I don't know.
Air sailing sounds pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
You know, like I would watch a hot air, and then you guys like try to run into each other.
I don't think it was really.
You put like blades next to the sides of your hot air balloon.
Just throwing knives from everything.
Dude, yo, that sounds lit, dude. It's like some Mad Max stuff right there, dude. Oh, bro, I would watch that.
Oh God. They also had tandem bicycle. They don't have that anymore. So you know what a tandem bicycle is. So they would just have a race of that.
Tandem bicycle doesn't seem that out of the blue. Like it's not that bad.
I don't know why they stopped it. They also had a swimming obstacle race. So literally, they just place shit in the pool to block the swimmers.
I'm into that, dude. I'm into that.
But that's so dumb. I don't. Why would you? What? Anyways, and they also had when I was mentioning earlier about the shooting and not shooting at people, they had an event called Dueling Pistol, and people thought it was actually gonna be like people dueling each other, but it wasn't. They were just dueling a mannequin.
Oh, what the?
I mean, you can't have people killing each other,
I mean, yeah, but like, it sounds boring if you don't do that.
Yeah, that's why it stopped. It was like, what? No one can. They did have live pigeon shooting. That was a sport. So that was they were just shooting live pigeons. So I don't think that will be accepted now.
A little less so.
In the first one, it was actually just clay pigeons. But in the 1900 one in Paris, they were like, let's use live pigeons, yo. They only did that once where they had real birds, and around 300 birds were killed in that event. So they didn't do that after. The London Games in 1908 wanted to use a running deer target instead, but they didn't use real deer. They used just cardboard cutouts of deers.
Yeah.
That would have been a mess if they used real deer. God.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was some of my favorite. Oh, another one, solo synchronized swimming. So it's really just one person.
That's just called swimming. That's just called dancing in the water. That's not, what are you synchronized with? Is there another mannequin in the water too?
Nope, it's just one person dancing in the water, and
that's called diving without the diving part. Okay.
I would love to see that. Just them awkwardly just dancing around. But yeah, those were some of the sports that they had before that are not part of the Olympics anymore. But yeah, that's it for my Summer Olympics. Oh, I guess some tidbits, some facts.
Little tidbits. Dun dun. Tidbits. Dun, dun.
But yeah, so the Summer Olympics were the first Olympics to happen, and based on its success, they created the Winter Olympics. So
sequels are never as good as the first ones.
Amen. The United States, they lead the all-time medal list for the Summer Olympics because, come on. Do you remember the 5 colors or the 6 colors actually of the Olympics, like the rings?
Yeah.
What's the colors?
Everyone does.
Okay.
Yellow, blue, green, red, and orange.
Okay. Yes, orange is one. Why would orange be in there?
I don't know. I knew. Okay, all the other ones, I was like 100% sure. But
you're missing one.
I don't
green.
know what the last
one color.
I blinked out.
So it's blue, yellow, green, red. You're right. There's black. It's a black ring.
Oh, black.
Yeah, and then they have a white background for the rings, and they chose these. Why do you think they chose all these colors?
They're pretty.
Okay. So
I don't know why.
You think that Baron Pierre de Coubertin was like, these are pretty colors, let's use them. Well, they actually chose these colors because every nation's flag contains at least one of these colors.
That's the dumbest stuff I've ever heard, man.
I thought that was pretty cool, but all right.
I mean, sure, but like most colors are like that.
But yeah, that's and also he did the 5 rings because it represents the 5 continents of the world.
That makes more sense. that one makes more sense.
But yeah, that's it.
I was like, that one's cooler.
Oh yeah, like really? Then the every nation and the color?
You have 6 colors, 6 colors. And most of them are primary and secondary colors. You didn't need to have all those colors. That's what I'm saying.
That's true. Whatever. Anyways, and also the first Olympic flame was lit during the 1928 Olympic Games in Amsterdam. That was the first time they ever had an Olympic flame.
Amsterdam.
And that's why do you think they lit it?
Because they blaze it.
Oh, but yeah, that's pretty much it for my Summer Olympics app. We might have a Winter Olympics app, so stay tuned for that. Did you learn things, Jeremy?
You know what? This one, I'll say I learned things because I didn't know they had those dumb sports.
I do want to do distance plunging. That will be my sport. Well, we need to finish up this episode, Jeremy. So what segment's next?
Oh, it's what you've all been waiting for. It's for the best segment in the world. I know y'all been waiting. I know y'all fast forward to this very moment. It's happening. It's fast. It's coming right at you. It's packed, punching, going there. We got the fact from the past. It's fact from the past.
Okay. Thank you.
Fact from the past. Fact from the past. Fact from the past. Fact from the past.
Yeah.
All right. So for my fact from the past, we're gonna go back to that Charles Manson.
Oh, we're going back to Charles. Oh God.
We're going back to Charles.
All right.
To your boy Charles, Clint. It's your buddy.
Did we just do Charles last week?
What do we do about Charles?
His albums, man.
Oh. Oh, oops.
Is this what the fact is gonna be for this one?
According to some articles, as of November 4th, one of the Charles Manson murder houses has gone back to the market.
Oh.
Murder houses means one of the houses where one of Charles Manson's people murdered someone.
Okay.
So it's not the Sharon Tate murder. So it's not that one, but it was the one that happened right afterwards. And this murder house is back on the market for $2.2 million.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's a Los Angeles home.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I mean, I think for its asking price, it's probably worth a lot more, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like, if you're willing to live in a murder house, it's kind of a steal. I know 2.2 million sounds like a lot for everybody, but in LA, there's houses that are worth way more.
Way more, yeah. But all right, is that it? Is that it about Charles?
That's it. It's if you guys want to buy a house that's related to Charles Manson and people he murdered for the low price of $2.2 million, you too could be the new owner of the Charles Manson murder house.
Oh, that's great. Well, thanks for that fact from the past, Jeremy. Why don't you take us home?
Thanks for listening. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at KnowThisPod. Please rate and review our podcast. If you got suggestions for topics or comments about our podcast, please email us at theknowthispodcast@gmail.com. That's THE know this PODCAST @gmail.com.
What the fuck? What?
It's your turn, man. Go give us the credits.
Oh God! All right. Cover art by Amy Hoffman. Music by Karthik Prabhakaran. Edited and produced by Clint Valencia and Jeremy Mack. See you guys next week.